Hi, my name is Katie Yamasaki, and I am the author and illustrator of Place Hand Here, and I am so excited to have the opportunity to speak with you about this new book. It is really close to my heart. I was inspired to create this book a long time ago when I did a mural project working with mothers who were incarcerated at Rikers Island and their children who live primarily in East Harlem and in Brooklyn. And I was doing workshops with both groups, and they were kind of working to develop an image and a message that they wanted to send to the other. And one of the moms in a workshop, she took a postcard that we were writing on, and she put her hand on top of the postcard. She traced her hand, and then she wrote, "When you feel lonely, place your hand here." And she said, "Katie, can you take this to my sons? I want them to feel like if they're missing me, that they can put their hand on top of my hand and they can kind of feel me." And I thought that this was maybe the most powerful drawing that I had ever seen. In Place Hand Here, we meet a friend who lives with his grandmother, and he says, "I live with my grandmother now," indicating that he maybe didn't always live there. But he's talking about a hand that's painted on the wall, and how every day he sees people from every walk of life kind of come and put their hand on the wall. And he kind of wonders why. He sees friends from his school put their hand on the wall and miss their father who's doing migrant labor down south. He sees a taxi driver come and put his hand on the wall and kind of long for his family across the sea. He sees another friend from his neighborhood put his hand on the wall and miss his sister who started college, and another friend who lost her grandmother recently. And so he realizes kind of through this hand of how many people are having this shared experience of really missing somebody and longing for somebody. And what is revealed later in the book is that that child is the one who actually years ago had painted the hand on the wall because he had gotten a card from his mother in the mail that said, "When you feel lonely, place your hand here." And he put his hand there to feel connected with his mother. And at the end of the book, we kind of find out that his mother is incarcerated, and so he's kind of spending this time with his community, feeling connected by this shared experience of longing and this shared experience of missing somebody. One thing that was pretty amazing about this project that I did back in 2013 in the community, working with children whose parents were incarcerated, in particular their mothers, was that when we were painting the image, the mothers had designed this mural and we were painting it on the streets in East Harlem. And as we painted, so many people came by the mural and resonated with the work, and they connected with the children who were painting the wall. In East Harlem, that's a community that has a really high incarceration rate, unfortunately. But other people too kind of just had this feeling of, I know what it's like to miss somebody. I know what it's like to miss my mother. I know what it's like to be separated from somebody because of circumstances beyond my control. And I think that one thing I'm excited about in this book is that it destigmatizes something that's really sensitive for a lot of children, because a lot of people kind of grow up with this idea that your family should be this intact unit where everybody's together. And not only is that a myth, but it also is something that doesn't serve so many children today reading our books. And I think that when children can feel like they have this space to express an alternative family structure, it can be really healing for them, and it can also kind of open up this more honest space within a classroom or within a home dynamic. So I'm excited for people who both are living with this kind of relatable experience of missing somebody. I'm excited for them to read the book, but I'm also excited for people who may not know that somebody in their classroom or somebody in their community or somebody that they know well might have a challenging circumstance that goes undiscussed, because a lot of this stuff is stigmatized. And I think that that's the power of reading these books with our thoughtful grown-ups, to have these conversations and make everybody's life story feel a little bit more seen.